Good morning, what is going on? It is about 6 a.m. here in Okinawa, Japan on a Monday morning. The heck am I doing up this early? Just kidding, this is pretty late for waking up on a Monday morning. But we are awake and we are gonna head to work. But what do we have here in the garage this morning? That's not mine. This video is gonna be the first video in a 2 or 3 part series of a build focused on Josh's R32 GTR. This is a car you guys should recognize once you see it in whole in the daylight. He goes out to a lot of the RCCA autocross type events, and he is usually the fastest driver out there and with the fastest car. Josh has quite a bit more done to his GTR than I do mine. As you guys can see, his interior is really nicely set up. Got a lot of gauges in here, a whole roll cage, and a bride driver's seat. So as his car is set up right now, it's already a Gymkhana monster. And it's gonna be even more crazy whenever you guys see the final product. While we are gonna be gone on our mainland trip for 2 weeks, this car is gonna go down to one of the tuning shops here, Speed Factory, and they're gonna be doing a complete overhaul and everything. It's gonna be some new parts under the hood, and it's gonna be really exciting. But for now, let's take this bad boy for a drive. RIP neighbors trying to sleep, I'm sorry. I figured a good way to let you guys see a big difference in the cars is just to strap it to the head and drive it to work. I'll talk about it a little bit on the way to work, but there's not much that I can really remember because it's a giant list of mods he has. But basically, anything suspension-wise you think can be done has been done. And motor-wise, it's on a Power FC tuned to 1 bar, stock turbos right now. It's believed to be stock turbos. He runs really fast at autocross, so people have kind of been saying they don't think they're stock turbos, but either way, they're not going to be there for much longer. We'll find out later this week what actually, what turbos are in the car. But yeah, pretty much the Tomei exhaust is what you're going to hear this whole time. Full titanium exhaust. I have the windows up right now just because I don't want the wind to cancel out the microphone on the GoPro. But even with the windows up, this exhaust is so much more loud than mine. A lot of people tend to choose the Tomei because it is full titanium and it's actually a pretty decent price. They only go for around, I think, $1,000 new for the catback exhaust, which is not bad at all for a full titanium. Now, if you happen to be a little bit observant and notice there's no rear view mirror, that's our own doing over the last couple days because we swapped cars, obviously, for the next day. And I have a pass that goes on the back of my mirror right here that lets me get into work. And obviously I needed that to be able to drive his car into my work area. And we tried to swap the mirrors, but taking the mirror off, no problem at all. If you put the mirror back on, good luck. I don't know how you do it. If you took it off, because we took it off originally just by this little part right here, not the whole thing. We should have taken the whole thing off like that the first time, but kind of hard to explain right now while driving. But either way, don't mess with your rearview mirrors. Just feels so much better suspension wise than mine. I got so many things I gotta do to mine because this thing feels amazing. I did forget to mention this one actually does have the R33 motor in it, which solves a lot of the oil problems that the earlier generation R32 motors came with. feels so nice and smooth. This transmission shifts like butter too. Trying to get a good couple examples of acceleration, because when we do the next video it's going to be totally different. Got to make the normal morning Family Mart stop. All right, all finished up at Family Mart, got a few snacks for the day. I'm gonna head to work. I'll pick you guys back up in what seems like a couple seconds to you. I'm gonna go to work for the next few hours, and once it gets a little bit daylight outside, we'll actually finish this video and give a nice good review of what the car is right now as it stands. Alrighty boys, we are finally off work. It is around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Still raining, still coming down out here. Let's go ahead and start her up. Let's see if we can get this baby somewhere out of the rain so we can take a good in-depth look at it before we give it back to Josh. So escaping the rain today, it pretty much seems like it's an impossible task. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sit in the car, list a few things off what he has done to the car. I'm not gonna list everything because if I did, it would take forever. But here's a few of the things he has done. With the interior, you guys can see all the awesome gauges he has there. The Defi gauges with the controller, Momo wheel, Nismo cluster, innovative wideband. He's got the bride seat in here, the Cusco cage, the Go Fast Bits boost controller. Suspension is where he has spent so much time on this car, which makes it amazing. It really makes it feel like it's one of the best feeling cars I've ever driven, I think, if not the best. He has the MCA red coilovers with circuit valving, Cusco suspension components, Juunana alignment settings. He's got the R33 subframe on here, which is something that we might end up doing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with mine. He's got the solid subframe diff bushings, which is something that I have to do very soon in the future. The list goes on and on with suspension components. Pretty much anything that could be replaced has been replaced. The high cast has been removed on this car. The body has undergone quite a lot of bit of repairs too, just small little repairs, rust repairs. There's really not any rust that you can find on this car, most likely. I mentioned earlier he's got the R33 motor. He's also got it tuned right now with the Power FC by Speed Factory to 1 bar of boost. Speed Factory is one of the better tuning companies here in Okinawa, one of the better tuning shops. They do a lot of GTR work, and that's where this thing's gonna be going here in the very near future for some really awesome upgrades that I'll show you in the after video of this car. But Speed Factory is definitely a place to check out if you're in Okinawa. Hopefully we can head down there when we get back from Tokyo and kind of do a little shop feature along with what has been done to this GTR. He's got the intake pods, the split in the charge pipe that kind of directs the air to each turbo. Aftermarket front pipe, no cat, Tomei catback exhaust. Like I said, that titanium Tomei is amazing sounding, extremely loud. As far as the transmission goes, OS Geiken twin plate, Nismo slave cylinder, Nismo steel braided line, Cube quick shifter, and Nismo mount bushings. He's had the trunk redone too with all new lining. He's got the rear battery in the back now, the delete from the front, and it's in the trunk. The wheels on it are CST Hyper Zero wheels, 17 by 9.5 plus 15 all around, wrapped in Falcon tires. For the most part, that kind of wraps up his list. There's a lot more on there, but like I said, it would just take forever to list. He has pretty much gone through and done everything suspension-wise and fixed every little broken piece on this car. And coming next are the Go Fast bits. You're gonna see lots of cool aftermarket parts coming very soon. The next video for this car is one you're definitely gonna wanna see. Now this video is kind of a last minute video. I leave for Tokyo in like a day and a half, so I wasn't able to get out and drive as far as I wanted in this car. Driving around town like I've been trying to do and get on it and give you guys kind of a before aspect of the acceleration has been extremely hard because his car is so loud. Anytime you step on the gas, anybody who's outside is looking around to see what the heck is making all that noise. So I promise for the second video we'll go out to a little more desolate area where there's not quite as many people and we can get on it a little bit more. But let's head now and go pick up Mason from school, and then we're gonna return the car to Josh. And the sick R32 keychain, look at that. all the essential gauges in here. Hopefully one day we can get a nice setup like he has going on. I was driving it earlier today and the window started to fog up a little bit like it is now, and I got a little confused because, you know, climate control on the stock GTR is right here, but it's right here in the glove compartment. Now, pardon some of the screws that are in here right now because of the whole mirror ordeal that I told you guys. But if any of you own R32s, look at this right here. This blew my mind. Right now, comment below if you know why this is different than another R32. This right here too. There's a lot of stuff in here, but look how shallow that is. I want to know who knows why this is so shallow. I'll let you guys know before the end of the video, but go ahead and leave your comments below on what you think. There's a couple other little differences because of what this is, but I know some of you might be able to figure it out. Others, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Real weird fact about this car. What do you think about Josh's car?
I love
it. Just dropped the car off back in our GTR now. You like Josh's GTR?
Yeah.
It's pretty loud, pretty good sounding. I think you might have said it was faster than mine. I'm not sure. Definitely around the track it is. I don't know about in a straight line, Josh. Unfortunately, we won't be able to test it because while we're going to Tokyo, he's getting all those go fast parts put on, so his will definitely be faster soon. Right now, we're over at the Max Value. We're meeting up with somebody and buying something off Buku, which is kind of like Craigslist. I don't know. I don't think Buku's quite as popular in the States, but over here, they use it a decent amount. I really, really wish it wasn't raining so much so we could have got some more footage of Josh's car. But the weather in Okinawa is, it's either super nice and sunny outside or it's pouring down rain for like a month at a time. And right now we've been in a pretty good rainstorm for the last 2 days, and I think it's supposed to last for another 2 days. So unfortunately this time we weren't able to get a lot of good footage of his car, but I promise you guys the next video will be a legit video, way better than this one, and you'll get to see some really awesome coverage of his GTR with all the new parts that's going to be going on it. And it's quite a good amount of parts, so you guys will really enjoy his build, I think.
And tomorrow after school and work, Tokyo.
And you heard it from Mason. Tomorrow after school and work, we go to bed one more time, and then we're off to Tokyo. Tokyo Auto Salon, then to see the snow monkeys.
What is Auto Salon?
The big car show.
Yeah, I haven't heard that Auto Salon before.
Auto Salon.
Oh, Auto Salon.
He's been to Tokyo Auto Salon. He was there last year. You guys can check out that video.
Yeah, well, I don't know how to say it good.
Anyways, and then after the snow monkeys, on to all the other cities. Nagoya, Kyoto, and Osaka. Hit me up if you're in any of those cities and want to meet up. I know a couple of you guys messaged me before, but I might have even lost those messages, so hit me up again. I'll be in Tokyo until Sunday morning, and then we'll be off to Nagano for a couple days, and then Nagoya, I think that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Kyoto, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I believe Osaka on Monday. Bada boom, bada bing, we home, and we have the right car in the garage again. I really do like the gray color. I forget what it's called, metallic gray? It's not metallic, gunmetal gray. But it's like the most common color GTR. And at first that's what I wanted. I wanted a gunmetal one. That's even why I painted my little RC car that you guys haven't seen in ages gunmetal. But I'm super glad I ended up with white, and it's definitely still my favorite choice. But I'm not gonna drag this video on any longer. Thanks Josh for lending us the car for the day. Whenever we get back from Tokyo, it's gonna be a seriously awesome new car, and I think every single one of you on the channel is really gonna enjoy his build. Ladies and gentlemen, the next video you see will be shot in Tokyo, and I cannot wait. I'm super excited. We leave in a day and a half. I will see you guys in Tokyo very soon in the next video. As always, thanks for watching. Here I am editing the video, getting ready to post it, and I realized I didn't give you guys the answer to what I was talking about earlier. Here's a look at mine so you can see the shallow difference and see how deep mine goes. Airbags. Josh has an R32 GTR that came with the factory airbag option. Extremely rare. You guys can look it up and see how rare it really is. See you guys later.